it going, guys?
Good to see you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice seeing you again.
Appreciate it.
Okay, go ahead, grab a seat, guys.
Just got a little bit of this barbecue chickens, looking pretty good today. Our baked barbecue chicken tonight. Awesome. Serving a little bit of pulled pork. We'll start pulling this up, put a little barbecue sauce over the top of that. It's just very tender. Same with the beef brisket, smoked on our wood smoker for 18 hours. Just chop it up. Over here, you're going to be looking at some of our barbecue baked beans. Okay, that's mixed in with a little bit of pork, brown sugar, molasses, good stuff. And our mac and cheese. Kids love it. It's baked with a little bit of extra cheese on top. Got some coleslaw down here. We've got some nice Hawaiian dinner rolls that go it's kind of sweet, so it goes with the barbecue really well. And barbecue sauce down here. So this barbecue sauce that goes right over the top of everything.
Sweet Baby Jane's.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Now, you catered all this food from Sweet Baby Jane's restaurant,
We set it for 250 people tonight, and we got 4 lines, and we're 50 goes pretty fast. Under an hour, we'll finish it. 250.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
He's ready to feed us. So if everyone wants to come in and find a seat, Jim Weinberger is going to open us in prayer. And then what we will do is, there's 2 sections on this side. Your table is right here. We'll start on this end. The sections on this side will start on the far end and come to the middle, and then you can go down your aisles. Okay, Jim?
Welcome, everybody. What an honor to be here. What a great event, 110 years for our local fire department. One thing we can always stand proud of is that is our fire department, our police department, and our city, and the wonderful people like you that are still fighting for what we believe in as a great city. So with that, we're going to go into prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful evening. We thank you for this gathering. Most of all, we thank you for the celebration of our local fire department. Nothing more proud to say that we live in Hemet. We're protected by the police, we're protected by the fire department, and it's just an honor to see them, although they're on a call of duty, to see them drive by with those lights flashing, knowing that they've been called to serve, and they do serve us, and we are grateful for that. We face many challenges in this valley, Father, but we know you're involved, you're in control, so we're going to let you take care of business. So we're going to fight for this city, we're going to stay and fight with local police, local fire, and we're just going to stand proud and say, yes, we do live in this city, in this valley, and there's nothing we're ashamed of. So today we ask you to bless this food that we're about to have. Thank you for those who prepared it. And just, Father, stay with us, give us wisdom, guidance, and most of all, protect these firemen and these policemen as they risk their lives to serve us. We ask this in your precious name. Amen. food. So first I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting the City of Hemet and the City of Hemet Fire Department. Again, the City of Hemet Fire Department's been here for 110 years. As we celebrate the 110-year anniversary of the fire department, which actually came to fruition 2 years before the city incorporated. So that's a big milestone. One of the things that I want to touch on is that just a few short years ago, the City of Hemet Fire Department was contracted out to be with CAL FIRE. So for that to be brought back into this control of the city is a huge milestone that we made today, or this year, that 110-year anniversary. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. So I'd like to thank the previous council that brought it back, because we wouldn't be celebrating 110 years today if that didn't happen. So with that, it's all of you that have supported the City of Hemet Fire Department and made it a priority that the City of Hemet have its own fire department. Because we know that, you know, money's tight and it takes a lot of money and a lot of effort to run a fire department and to run it to the standard that the citizens of this community deserve and expect from our fire department. So I would like to give a big round of applause to all the firefighters and all the hardworking men and women of the Hemet Fire Department, because they're the ones that... There's a lot of people here that know a lot more history about the Hemet Fire Department than I do. I've only been in the city for 18 years, but I know that there's a lot of retired firefighters in here. If you are a retired Hemet firefighter, can you please stand and we all get them on. I'd like to thank you all for your service. Up next, since this is a celebration for 110 years, I'd like to bring Chief Brown up. We have a little special something for him since he's the department head and the leader of this great organization. Let's give Chief a big round of applause for being here. So in recognition of being the chief for a department that's now 110 years old, congratulations. I know that you go through a lot of hard work on a day-to-day basis, and that it's your mission to make the quality of firefighting in Hemet top-notch. So I want to thank you for that, Chief, and thank you for your dedication to the city.
I'm deeply humbled by this, but I accept this on behalf of the entire Hemet Fire Department, our firefighters who truly deserve this recognition. I'm blessed and honored to have the support of our firefighters, but most importantly, I want to thank everyone in the room, our community who stood tall when we needed you the most, and most importantly, our city council and their leadership in reviving the Hemet Fire Department. We would not be here tonight if it not for the community, if it not for our council and our wherewithal, and most importantly, the dedication of the men and women in the Hemet Fire Department, who despite that, each and every day, put their uniforms on and take care of our community. So a heartfelt thank you, and I want to applaud to you. Thank you very much.
Brown, Bonnie Wright, and I would like to give them an opportunity to come up and say a few words.
Well, it just goes to show you the amount of community support that this fire department has today as well as in years past, and I'm sure for the future coming forward. We fought and fought and fought the good fight to keep them here, and there isn't any other thing we would have done but to do that, and we'll continue to fight for our fire department and the good men that serve this valley. So with that, I'll let Russ have a few words.
Yeah, I just was looking through some old documents that I had on my computer, and I came across some talking points from starting back 7 years ago. I didn't realize it had been that long, where I was speaking at city council meetings and public hearings when there was a big effort to do away with this fire department and its rich history. And I went up and spoke in favor of keeping the fire department, and I did that at more than one occasion. So it means a lot to me to have this opportunity to see the fire department still here, retirees and working firefighters. It just is so heartwarming to see that this community came together at a time when it needed to come together in support and solidarity for keeping this rich history of our fire department. So my hat's off to all of you who go out there and put the wet stuff on the hot stuff, and keep doing what you're doing. Onward and upward.
Mr. Scott Hudson, who's a retired Hemet firefighter also, and he was the fire department chief's, the fire department's historian, and he was the one that did a lot of work and a lot of research to get all the information about the Hemet Fire Department and all the rich history that this department has. Would you like to come up and say a couple words? You don't
About a week ago, can you hear me back there? About a week ago, I was contacted to come out and provide a little history. And I gave him a lot of history because I've been doing it for almost 30 years that I've been here. And I actually started a book, and then things happened, I didn't finish it. But anyway, this whole valley, the whole time the Hemet Fire Department, at the time I wrote that book, was a 100-year anniversary. Very much loved and supported by the community. We're still that way today. And this is a good example of showing of the support. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much. So we do have some representatives one from Assemblyman Chad Mays' office that would like to give a presentation real quick to the fire department. And I don't know, we do have a plaque from the Board of Supervisors, and I don't know if there's somebody here from the board, but we do have that plaque here as well.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rosalie Bogue, and I'm here in quiet voice.
Speak loud.
Louder voice. Okay. Sorry. That's right. My name is Rosalie Bogue, and I am here with great pleasure and honor on behalf of the California State Assembly, the Assembly Member Chad Mays, to present a certificate recognizing the 110th anniversary of the Fire Department, the Hemet Fire Department. So on behalf of the State Assembly, the California State Legislature, Assemblyman Chad Mays, offers your recognition for 110 years of service to the city of Hemet. Thank you to all those who are currently serving, who have served, and who will plant their seeds in their hearts that will be serving in the future. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Chuck Washington's office from the Board of Supervisors, a proclamation recognizing and honoring the Hemet Fire Department. And I'm not going to read all the whereases, but I'll start off with the first one. Whereas the Hemet Chamber of Commerce formed the Hemet Fire Department on July 29th, 1908, with 12 volunteers, proper equipment necessary for fire safety, and rules and regulation on fire prevention. There's several more whereases. This will be on display up here, so I encourage you to come up afterwards and read it. But it is now therefore let it be resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the Riverside County takes great pleasure in honoring and recognizing the Hemet Fire Department on this 25th day of October, 2018. Thank you for your service to the city. For the Board of Supervisors, on behalf of them, congratulations to the Hemet Fire Department. If I can get David Prieto, one of our fire captains, and the president of the HFFA to come on up.
Okay, I'll try to speak up. Good evening and welcome to the Hemet Fire Department 110-year celebration. You guys already know who I am. I'm glad. What an incredible milestone we're celebrating tonight. 110 years of history, tradition, progress, change, and of course, technological advancements. Our fire department, like the mayor said, is actually 2 years older than this city. The fire department was actually created or formed on July 28th, 1908. The city was, in 1910, on January 11th, was voted to become a city on that day. And out of 177 residents, 103 people said yes. There were still naysayers even back then. So on January 20th, the state of California said, yes, Hemet can be a city, and what a ride it's been. The Hemet firefighters have been extremely proud to be part of it, with the enthusiasm and support of everybody here, and all our supporters who couldn't attend tonight. We've reached a historical milestone that deserves a celebration amongst family, friends, co-workers, business partners, and everybody that makes up our wonderful community. This is a time to let go of our differences and stand behind something that we are all proud of, because it would never have happened without everybody's collective efforts, hard work, and blood, sweat, and tears. Like previous speakers said, there was a time not too long ago when we all stood together in the fight of our lives to save our beloved fire department. It was a time that truly tested our resolve, our commitment, our strength, and most importantly, our unity. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Councilmember Bonnie Wright, Linda Krupa, who couldn't be here, for those years on the council when all they could do was keep fighting to support and save the Hemet Fire Department. Those two strong people took beatings week after week, month after month, and year after year, yet they stood with us, and we are eternally indebted to them. I'd also like to thank Mr. Howard Rosenthal and our incredibly supportive business community for the years in which they stood with the Hemet firefighters, with Councilmember Wright, with Councilmember Krupa. There she is. To save our fire department. To our army of citizens who wore the red shirts, showed up to meetings, publicly supported, and never backed down from the fight to save the HFD. And finally, to the brothers and sisters, past and present, in the Hemet Firefighters Association. Most especially our past association president, Steve Sandifer, Vice President Jeff Rettmeyer. Without your leadership and guidance, we wouldn't be here today. So here we are today, 2018, rebuilding, hiring, and moving our department forward for the next 110 years. Fire Chief Brown has worked hard with the support of our citizens, past and Measure U, to better staff and equip our department for the present and future, and the firefighters. Thank Chief Brown for all he's done and continues to do. We welcome many new firefighters into our family over the last couple of years, and the changes have been extraordinary. We've also welcomed 3 new battalion chiefs to our department: Kevin Kuhlman, Greg Lloyd, and Jamie Myshop. We all know the learning curve is steep here, and it's good because we all watch you slip and slide along with us. So, you know, it's so wonderful to see all these faces from the past that have come to celebrate with us tonight. All our retirees, our past firefighters that have left for other agencies. It's okay. And all our wonderful friends and supporters. Another special thing about this celebration is how we are building bridges and forging new relationships to solidify our future. That being said, I'd like to recognize and thank Mr. and Mrs. Wayne Miner for their very generous support for tonight's 110-year celebration. Thank you both. Councilmember Carly Meyer for spearheading supporting and bringing everybody together for tonight. It really says a lot when we can come together to support our community, our fire department, and our future. We've all seen the benefits and strengths of our locally controlled fire department and what it means to our community and our firefighters. So let's all enjoy this incredible milestone in Hemet Fire history. Look to the next 110 years of history that we have yet to make. Thank you all for being here and giving me the opportunity to speak. I know it's a little long and I thought it was going to be short. The Hemet firefighters are honored to serve the citizens and visitors of the city, and we will always be ready to respond when the bell rings. Thank you.
So in closing, again, I would like to thank all of you and the support that you give to the Hemet Fire Department and to the city of Hemet and to this community. It's because of you we are community, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. This is the greatest community I've ever lived in. So I want to thank all of you and continue to go out and be community for this town, because if it's not us, who's it going to be? So again, thank you. Go out and meet somebody new. These are all your community members, and we're all neighbors here. So again, thank you, and thanks for coming out. So we appreciate it. We've got our young Boy Scouts from Troop 6006 here with me, and they do have a little presentation that they want to make to the fire department.
Thank you for keeping our community safe. On behalf of Pack 006, we present you with our Hero Award. Thank you.
Hold that rocket. Hold it in front of you, Chief.
What is your emergency?
There's a fire across the street on Florida Avenue. I think there's still people inside.
Where are you again?
By the Hemet Theater on Harvard and Florida.
Engine 3, Engine 2, Truck 1 and Squad 5, Battalion 1, responding to a residential fire.
Hemet Fire Engine 1's responding.
I'm Scott Brown, Fire Chief of the City of Hemet Fire EMS Department. Well, first off, I want to thank the community for allowing me the opportunity to serve, and to serve here in the City of Hemet. I'm very proud of that. Every time I put the badge and wear the uniform of the City of Hemet Fire Department, I'm like a little kid. I'm proud. I have to pinch myself that I've been given an opportunity to lead, well, I believe, one of the finest fire departments here in Southern California. We have a lot of work ahead of us. There's a saying I like to use, proud traditions, but we have a dynamic future. We have over 100 years of history here in this valley. This fire department has a rich, vibrant history. Let us not forget that history, because that's why we're here today. So I'm smiling with a big grin right now, but I'm proud to report that 2 weeks ago we just completed our firefighter paramedic recruitment, first ever recruitment for the City of Hemet Fire Department. Most residents aren't aware that we just started our paramedic program in November of 2014. So that's relatively new for the City of Hemet. I had the opportunity to interview each of our candidates at the end of their journey through the recruitment process. And I asked the very question, why do you want to come to the City of Hemet? And they tell me it's the people.
Same thing. So the reason why this is brass and this is brass is because when you hit something with it will spark. You know, like you take two pieces of metal and slam them together. Have you ever seen that? Because it will spark. These ones won't do that.
We are here for the community. That is our mission. Our mission is one, is to take care of our residents, good and bad. Some days they have good days, some days they have bad days. We go on a full array of different types of emergencies. We're known as an all-risk fire department, so we don't only respond to fires, we go to medical emergencies. That could be your father, that could be your mother, that could be my son. So we take that charge, if you will, of taking care of our community very seriously. That's what they hold us accountable to. And as their fire chief, as our fire chief, that's what I'm here to ensure gets done each and every day. The OES, Office of Emergency Services, we're a very big part of that system. The city of Hemet relies heavily on mutual aid, and California in general has a very well-defined mutual aid system, neighbor helping neighbor. We've experienced a number of natural calamities over the years in the state of California that requires close coordinated effort amongst other agencies, not only fire, but police agencies, to come together in time of need. Fires, our annual wildfire season is a good example of that. I'm very proud to report that our firefighters were on the front line this year at the Northern California fire sieges. We have an Office of Emergency Services engine company that's provided by the state. We staff that with our personnel, so when the call for help comes, we're there and we participate as part of that mutual aid system. We also have a brush truck, similar type of piece of equipment. We respond with our other member agencies and assist during times of need. On any given day, we ask for help, they give us help. On any given day, we give help. So my philosophy is I think I speak for most fire chiefs, that's the system that makes our fire service strong, here locally and across the state. But we have a dynamic future together, and that is my commitment as your fire chief, that the men and women of the fire department, we're going to come together and we're going to be even stronger now and well into the future.